Today we're taking a journey back to 1965, a year that marked the production of one of the most elegant and understated British saloons of all time, the Humber Hawk. The Humber Hawk, a product of the Roots Group, was a symbol of British engineering excellence. Known for its robust engine and refined design, the Hawk was a favourite among those who appreciated understated luxury and reliability. Step inside and you're greeted by a spacious interior adorned with wood veneer and plush seating. The dashboard, a blend of functionality and style, was ahead of its time, offering drivers a sense of comfort and control. Under the bonnet, the 1965 Humber Hawk was powered by a 2.3 litre inline-4 engine, delivering a smooth and reliable performance. It wasn't just a car, it was a companion for family adventures and trusted partner for long journeys. The Humber Hawk is no ordinary kind of vehicle, it's a statement. It represents a time when cars were built to last, focusing on craftsmanship and quality. In fact, owning one today is like owning a piece of history, and that owner is John Webb. Hi John, welcome to Classic Car Stories. You started your apprenticeship at 15 with the Roots Group, didn't you?
I did.
Tell us about that.
I got on a push bike, rode around Leytonstone, and I thought, I think I'll pop in the main dealers there. You know, can't do any harm in asking. So I went in there and they put me to the manager straight away. Very nice fella, a man called Mr. Samways. I always remember his name all those years ago. And he said, have you got any qualifications? So I said, no. I said, I was a bit of a dunce at school, but I did get a pre-national certificate in engineering drawing from evening classes, because I quite enjoyed that. Oh, that's good, he said, that will give you a head start. He said, well, legally I can't start your apprenticeship until you're 16, which was in November. So he said, we'll get you an apprenticeship and take you right through. It's a 5-year apprenticeship. Is that okay? I said, yeah, lovely. But it was a lovely firm to work for, Ray Powell's. Very friendly, people knew what they were doing, and I enjoyed my time there, and I stayed until 1968.
Wow.
Saw this on eBay and I thought, oh, that's lovely. I used to work on those. I think I might bid for that.
Yeah.
And I was still working then, that was 2006, and come home, won the bid. But the downside was I had to go to Northampton to pick it up. My son drove me up there.
So then you go to Northampton. Tell us about the journey, bringing it home.
The journey was extremely wet, and I thought, well, if it gets through this, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Because they're built like a tank, and it's just the fact the wipers are not as good as a modern car, of course, but we managed. We got home safe and sound, and I thought, I took a chance on this because I bought it cold.
Yeah.
Didn't go and see it first, and it was even better than I anticipated it being.
Yeah, beautiful. Now, unfortunately, a few years ago, you had a bit of an accident, didn't you, where you fell?
Yes.
And so you had difficulty driving the car. Tell us how you got around that.
Yes, this was about 4 years ago now, and I fell whilst coming out the butcher's, and the sausages saved my chest, but it dislocated my shoulder and tore the ligaments.
So going forward then, driving the car, tell us how you managed that, because you put something different on the car, didn't you?
This was a month before we were due to go to the Isle of Wight, because it's a column manual gear change and no power steering.
Yeah.
So I thought, I've got to do something about this. And you can't fit an electronic power steering on it because it's column gear change, and they cut the steering column to fit the motor in.
Right.
So it had to be a proper hydraulic system.
Yeah.
So I spoke to a chap up in Norfolk, Glenn Bunting, is the Humber specialist for the club. And he said, well, we can do it, he said, but the Super Snipe has got a different crankshaft pulley for the extra belt. He said, what we'll have to do is to find you a high output dynamo off an E-type or a Rover 3 litre, mount that behind, mount a pump behind that dynamo to give you a high pressure pump, and I'll fit a Humber Super Snipe ram on it.
Okay.
So this is what he done, and boy, oh boy, I drove it back from Glens, which was 147 miles back to Billericay, and I thought I should have done this years ago. You know?
Yeah.
Now I can sort of park it as easy as I can, you know, a modern car.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's just the size of it. Once you get used to the size of it,
Yeah.
it's a lovely thing to drive.
Yeah. So let's do the clunk test on the Humber Hawk. How well does a door shut, if you're not familiar with this, on a single swipe? John, are you confident? How many points out of 10?
Well, I think we should do a 10 out of 10 here.
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
That's strong. I only gave the P6 a 9. Go for it. Not bad. It shut quite well, didn't it? Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to score that yet, but we'll have to go to the adjudication board and see what they think. Oh, it's lovely inside, isn't it, John?
It is. It's very comfortable car.
It is. So what is it particularly about the Hawk that you like?
The Hawk is not too bad on petrol compared with the Super Snipes. On a decent run, I can get low 20s. The only time I've really checked it was on one of our Isle of Wight trips. And over the weekend, including a bit of running around on the island, it done 23 at the gallon.
Right, okay.
Which for something which weighs a ton and a half before you put anything in it, I didn't think it was too terrible.
But you love the comfort, don't you?
I do, yeah. It's extremely comfortable car.
It's a rare car because I've seen that there's only 10 around still with an MOT.
Yeah,
seems
sadly
amazing.
So. Yes, yeah. A lot got used for banger racing, sadly.
Oh, God, okay.
Because there's so much room in front of the radiator.
Yeah.
With the 4-cylinder engine in there. That if they had a frontal banger racing, it didn't do the radiator in, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So sadly, that's where a lot of them went.
And some went out to Australia.
Yeah, some went in kit form to Australia and assembled by Holden's first of all.
Right.
And then Roots realised they were spending far too much money with Holden and decided to build a plant just outside Sydney.
Interesting.
So we had Roots Australia PTY.
Yeah, now this car's 60 years old, isn't it?
It is, yes.
It's amazing, isn't it? The paintwork looks fantastic.
Yeah, the paintwork was done about 28 years ago.
Right,
And it's holding up quite well. There's a few blisters on it, but at my age, I don't really want to spend, well, I haven't got the money to spend on it really. It could be at least £4,000 to respray.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, isn't it? It's a lot of money to paint. It really is. Yeah.
Somebody at a show said to me, well, why do you bother? Because it looks very tidy.
Yeah, it does.
Carry on and drive for as long as you can and enjoy it.
Exactly, that's what you should be doing.
What I'm doing.
Yeah, why not? That's right. Now, your son, as you mentioned earlier, has got a Wolseley Hornet, hasn't he?
Yes.
And we've done an interesting episode on that, so check that out, all about the Heinz Hornet. Now, you go to car shows together, is that right?
We do, yes.
Yeah, so explain that. You've been...
Yes, I taught him to drive in a very early Mini, the one with the 3 synchro box and a great long gear lever.
Yeah.
And sort of took him around the factory estate when he was 14.
Right.
To get the idea of clutch control and all the rest of it. So I didn't tell him about the Wolseley when I got it. I bought it back from Bicester in Oxfordshire. Took him around the garage. Whoa, that's beautiful, Dad. So I said, well, I'm glad you like it because you're insured to drive it. Wow, when's the next show?
Right, and that's how it's...
And that was 14 years ago and he's been coming ever since.
But it's got a really unique feature at the back because where do you put the petrol? Well, basically, you unscrew the light here and there is your petrol cap. Let us know what you think of the Humber Hawk. Don't forget to subscribe, make sure you like and share. But if you have a classic car, please get in touch because maybe we could feature your car in a future episode. In the meantime, check out this video all about the Wolseley Hornet.